Welcome to Travel with Danny and MJ. I'm Mary Jane.
And I'm Danny. We're traveling the world with just carry-ons and a backpack each.
Follow along on our adventures ahead.
Welcome to monumental Rome.
One of the first places we got to was the Terrazza del Pincio with amazing views and access to the Borghese Park, which is very close to the Galleries Borghese.
Yep, but if you're going, make sure you get tickets online well before you go. We didn't think about it, couldn't get tickets for the whole month that we were there.
Yeah,
so we didn't get inside the museum.
Yeah, so we say in the video we're going to go, but we didn't get to go.
We didn't get there, which was disappointing, but it's the way it worked out.
Yeah.
We're in the Terrazza del Pincio, a beautiful little park. The reason we're here is this.
Sorry?
So right across from the Terrazza del Pincio is the Borghese Park, which I've read is the most beautiful park in Rome. It's also near the Galleries Borghese, which is supposed to be a thing to see. We're not going to go there today, but probably will before we leave Rome. This is a water clock, and this is the water going in and out of the little shovels at the bottom make the clock tick. Interesting. We're walking through the Borghese Park. We found another pretty viewpoint. I think we're going to find a few as we work our way back down into Rome. Another cool view from up above the streets of Rome here. Area called Trevi del Monti. I don't know. Sorry for my Italian pronunciation.
And the Spanish Steps, talk about a classic monument.
Yeah, but don't sit on the steps, don't eat, don't bring your suitcases along, because it's against the rules and there are police there moving people along.
It's against the law.
Right.
You can be fined. They did tell people to stand up, but it's amazing to see.
Yeah.
Definitely go there.
The Spanish Steps are one of Rome's most iconic landmarks, connecting Piazza di Spagna at the bottom, and there's a church at the top. They were built in 1723 to 1725. It's 135 steps, and it was designed to connect the church with the Spanish embassy, giving the square its name.
We're visiting the Palazzo Venezia, which is across from the Vittorio Emanuele II monument, and is a Venetian palace set up when Venice and Rome and all the different places in Italy were just individual city-states, and this was the way the Venetians had that place here in Rome.
We are in the Palazzo Venezia. It was built between 1455 and 1463. It was commissioned by Cardinal Pietro Barbo, who later became Pope Paul II. And it's the seat of fascist power. So during Mussolini's regime, this palace, Palazzo, served as his headquarters, and he famously gave speeches from the balcony overlooking this courtyard to massive crowds who gathered here. And now it's a museum. It's one of the 4 national museums in Rome.
So this is the view from the balcony, where I suppose, I'm not sure which part of this balcony, but where Mussolini would make his speeches trying to inspire Italy to embrace fascism.
So we walked up and we found the fountains of the waters of peace.
This is the fountain dell'acqua pace, I think, waters of peace, I believe that's what that means. Nice view. We're going to go higher and get, I think, a better view.
And continue to walk along that area. It's called the Passeggio, the Garibaldi, I believe.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We got there. It was a beautiful day, as you can see. One of our first days in Rome. So every time you turned around and saw something amazing, was just great.
Got another viewpoint here on the top of Passaggio, the Giancarlo. You can see the Piazza Venezia with it's called the Altar of the Fatherland, and some dome, pantheons over there. This is a big statue to Giuseppe Garibaldi. He's given credit for the unification of Italy in the middle of the 1800s.
We happened to get there a little bit before 1 o'clock. We saw people gathered, and they said, well, we looked up at 1 o'clock, the cannon's going to be fired, so we hung around, and it was really cool. Yeah. And we had high school or school students there and a singer, so it made for a really fun place that we didn't think was going to be, we didn't think we were going to stay there as long as we did.
They're going to shoot off this cannon in a few minutes. We're waiting for that.
Another thing to see is at the Priory of the Knights of Malta. It's a little hidden gem.
There was a long line. The first time we went, so we went back a second time to see it. And it's a keyhole that you look through, and it's lined up with one of the important sites of Rome.
Wait and see.
So we are visiting what's called the Knights of Malta keyhole, and it's apparently you look through the keyhole in this door and you have this really great view of Rome from it.
You cannot miss, when you're in Rome, Piazza Navona. It's very famous. It's a big meeting point. It's got 3 fountains, and
surrounded with restaurants
beautiful.
All around
it.
We are in Piazza Navona. It's one of the most beautiful squares in all of Rome. It's known for its stunning Baroque architecture, a lively atmosphere, and 3 magnificent fountains. We just had lunch here, and we'll take a closer look at the fountains. Here's Neptune battling a sea creature, but there's no water. It's a little ironic. This is one of the beautiful fountains. You can see the detail. In the center of the piazza is the Fountain of the 4 Rivers. It was designed by Bernini in 1651, and this represents the 4 great rivers of the world, the Nile, the Danube, the Ganges, and the Rio de la Plata, and at the center you can see the Egyptian obelisk. This is the Fontana del Moro, and it features a Moor wrestling with a dolphin. It was originally designed by Giacomo della Porta and later modified by Bernini.
One of the big things we see in Rome, and you can't miss it as you're around there, is called the Vittorio Emanuele monument. It's a monument to the first king of Italy.
We kept saying it day after day after day, and kept saying, we're going to have to tackle that. It has a lot of steps. We're going to have to get up there, and we just we waited toward the end till we knew we had some energy. And boy, did we tackle it, and you should too.
The Victor Emanuele II monument. He was the first king of the unified Italy in the mid-1800s, and they built this giant monument to him. And apparently it's got the nickname of the big wedding cake. And there's a love-hate relationship for the Romans. Some of them are not so crazy about it. This statue, equestrian statue of the king, is so large, the rumor or myth is that you could have a dinner party in the belly of the horse. Below the statue of the king is the eternal flame for the unknown soldier here in Italy. The flame is constantly burning, and it always has a military guard in front of it. Everything about this place is monstrous. Not in the bad sense necessarily, but just huge. All the statues, the building, the columns. This is looking over towards Trastevere and the Jewish quarter from the one of the levels of the monument to Victor Emanuele II. I was just like filming over the side of the balcony. I turned around and this is the view that you get through this giant door or archway, and then this really kind of magnificent set of columns, the colonnade and the intricate ceiling work. Pretty amazing structure. And there's the back end of the horse, the statue.
The scale of the place is immense, and you can really notice it when you see people in the shots, but it was an incredible place to visit. What a monument.
And then, you know, the ceiling is amazing, but then the kind of, I don't know what you call it, with wallpaper you'd call it a border, but I think that's a little less appropriate for this fresco that's on the wall below the ceiling, but near the ceiling. And you turn the corner again and get this view of the Forum all the way out to the Colosseum. Just a little bit around the corner, Colosseum again, and then more of the ancient ruins.
Access to the monument is free of charge, but if you want to go onto the rooftop observation deck or you want to see the museum, there's a charge for that. It's either 10 for to go to the observation or 19 to do both.
And I
19 euros.
recommend you definitely go to the top.
Yeah.
On the top of the Vittorio Emanuele II monument, and we have a beautiful view overlooking Rome. This building is also called the Altar of the Fatherland. So I think it sounds better in Italian than in English. But this observation deck has these two giant chariot statues on each side of it. This is the view from the other side of the observation deck. The Colosseum there and the Forum. On the other side, looking at Teatro Marcello and the Synagogue of Rome, the Jewish quarter. Jewish ghetto, as they say. So inside of the monument to Victor Emanuele II is the Museum of Italian Unification. When you walk in, the first thing you reach is this giant statue of a cavalry leader and infantry units. So all kinds of interesting exhibits, descriptions of the famous people. This is probably the most famous one, Garibaldi, given the most credit for uniting Italy. We're back at the Plaza Venezia with the monument to first King of Italy, Vittorio Emanuele II, illuminated at night.
We visited the church next door.
The church is beautiful. It's a lot of steps.
Going up these steps. There's her ladyship. So we make our way up. It's a lot of steps. I believe that she is counting them. Break time. Taking a break. It's like our old days in Liège.
Yeah.
Not that many steps though. We were in Liège and we walked up, I think it was 368 stairs. See what this is. She's gonna make it. What can I film coming up?
What?
How many was it?
Do not film me.
So we're in the Basilica di Santa Maria di Aracoeli, which is the neighborhood, I think, the area of Rome. And there's going to be a concert here tonight of some sort and practicing. Get some video of that. going to be a concert later in this church. We got to see their rehearsal. The orchestra, and drums, pretty good. The conductor who was leading them seemed a little frustrated, but sounded good to me. And this church is just beautiful. Besides the music we heard, these beautiful crystal chandeliers all along the way. Amazing. The ceiling and frescoes. Chapel. It's hard to see from here, but it looks beautiful. You can't get that close to it today. The altar has a high arch. The arch is framed with these chandeliers all the way up and around. Makes for quite a stunning visual.
And the last monument that we're highlighting is the Trevi Fountain. It's beautiful and it's crowded.
Right. We went there a couple of times. We went there in the afternoon. So many people. And then you'll see, we went there 6 o'clock in the morning. Not so many people, but still a good number of people, even that early.
Yes, a lot of YouTube influencers doing their thing. That's the time to go.
But it's beautiful. It just was refurbished, so cleaned up. It's
It is really amazing. Yeah. It's worth the trip. We loved it. That's why we went by so many times. And it's nice. You could just walk by.
Trevi Fountain, crowds are insane. It's beautiful. We made it down to Trevi Fountain, to the lowest level, where it's 6 in the morning. So there's not a crazy crowd here, like there normally is. But even at 6 in the morning, there's a good amount of people here. Taking pictures.
We hope you enjoyed this video on monuments of Rome, and we'll see you next time with Travel with Danny and MJ.
Thanks for traveling with Danny and MJ.
We look forward to seeing you on our next adventure.